Lucia. Good morning, everyone. I'm Alina Warner, owner and founder of Wellness Within You, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about my story. So, as a health coach, okay, let's move. So, why am I here in front of you as a health coach, and why did I quit my corporate job a couple years ago? Corporate job in project management, program management, pretty stable job, nice revenue. Why did I do that? Well, it's because I have a passion for wellness and I want my community to be healthier. And that's what prompted me to take the leap and found this business a couple years ago. I think we skipped one page too fast. Okay. So back to my story. I don't know about you, but you hear a lot about the health issues that we have in our society. And when I think about health and wellness, I really think about long term. So as I age, I want to live that healthy and happy life. I want to be like the 100-year-old yoga teacher. I don't want to be in a wheelchair. And oftentimes you hear that people retire and then a couple years later they're in a nursing home and then the end comes pretty soon. I want to have that nice quality of life. And that's what I want for my community. I think that's a very common desire. We all want to live healthy and happy lives. So I also have the belief that wellness is within you. We all have it. And it is that precious pearl that you have inside. And sometimes it takes hard work, and it takes patience, and it takes perseverance to bring it out. And that's what I'm here for. As a health coach, that's what I help people do. I help them bring that precious pearl to the surface and let it shine to the world. So what am I trying to solve? What is the pain point? Well, if you listen a little bit to the statistics, the health of our nation is not the greatest, despite of how many millions and trillions of dollars we invest in this field. So just to take one statistic, the obesity rate. Can you think about our state? So in the state of Iowa, what is the percentage of obese adults in the total population? Any guesses? 40%. 40% and 57? 30. This is obesity rate, not overweight. Okay. So you were very close. 32% of adult population in Iowa is obese. That makes us 13th in the nation. And it's not something that we should take pride in, right? It's not a good number to be 13th in the nation as the most obese state. What else do you hear? You hear people that are getting sick and they follow kind of the mainstream approach where they go to the doctor. They may have like a 15 to 20-minute consultation. Maybe some tests are ordered, some prescriptions. They go back home with a prescription and a follow-up visit. But let's face it, that physician doesn't have the time to talk to them about behavior changes, about lifestyle changes. And sometimes, let's face it, they might not be trained in that either. So it is harder to start making those profound changes if you don't have someone by you to guide you. So that's where I'm here. I hear people being concerned about their long-term health. They are concerned about their current habit. They rely on sweets and alcohol to get through their day, to fight their daily stress. And that is something that I'm here to help with. That's the problem I'm trying to solve. So while we're having some technical difficulties now, I'm going to go into how am I trying to solve that problem. So my health coaching programs are customized to the client needs. Not everyone wants to lose weight, but a lot of my clients want to do that. However, no matter what kind of programs I run, and they typically go from like 6 weeks to 12 weeks, they have the same 3 ingredients. what I call the magic sauce. And that is the right system, the right support, and the right accountability. And the right system is purely the right steps in the right order. Because if somebody wants to improve their health, let's say they want to start eating healthier, and they want to start moving, you're not going to start with the very first week of your health coaching by telling them you got to go to the gym 3 times this week. You haven't exercised for the past 10 years, but you're going to start there. No, it's a process. It takes time, and it is really step by step. You are getting closer to your goals. And the right support is really someone to encourage you to be there along your journey. Because this journey is not a progressive journey. It's not going to go just up, up, up until you reach your goals. It's going to have some ups and downs. And people need that support to be effective in their activities to reach their goal. And the accountability is really making sure that my clients follow through. It is holding them accountable to their action items, because we meet weekly. We exchange some information, we check on behaviors, but we also derive action items for the next week. And that is part of, it's a key element of the health coaching program. The accountability is huge. But in the end, it is you that does the work. It is you that bring the pearl to the surface. I'm there just to guide you. So how do I get my clients? Kind of that funnel here. The main source is the talks, the wellness talks and seminars that I have done in the community, and partnerships. So just a couple months ago, I entered into a partnership with a functional doctor. So she is the one that can go more in depth with testing certain conditions, prescribing supplements. So that's something I cannot do. Well, I can help with a behavior change, and that's really a more holistic approach to get people to get to the health level that they want to have. I'm active on social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. I have a website, and there's a little bit of story there, because at the beginning, a small entrepreneur, I said, I don't have money to invest in a website. I'm just going to do it myself. And I did it the best I could. I followed some templates, and I got some feedback that my website is not up to par. It's not that professional. So last summer, after a presentation at 1 Million Cups in Cedar Rapids, I got the same feedback, and I decided to act on it. And I actually have a professional website done by some professional web people, and it's so much better than my prior work. So that all leads to a consultation. So as I tell people about what I'm doing, I invite them to book a free consultation with me. And then from there, the idea is that they enroll in one of my health coaching programs. Now, from an enrollment perspective, from a close rate, I would say about 70% of the people that engage in that consultation, they end up being my clients. But the pain point here is how to get more people in this funnel. So this is what I'm willing to get your feedback as an entrepreneur. How do I bring more people that book consultations with me so I can grow my client base? So how do I know if the program is working? Maybe I'm doing the wrong thing. Well, I know because of the testimonials I get at the end. I see people that are more confident. I see people that they feel they're in control, because now they can say no to the temptations that we're facing before. They make the right choices, and they start making the right choices consistently. So I had a client last month. She told me, Alina, I used to go to the grocery store, and I would say, I deserve a treat today. But as I'm progressing in this health coaching program with you, I'm going to the grocery store and I'm saying, that treat does not deserve me. I know better. I know better, because I know that's going to make me feel worse later. and it's gonna make me feel sluggish, and if I reach for one brownie, I'm gonna have to have the second brownie. So I know I have different behaviors in place now. So the idea is I get good feedback, I get good testimonials, I keep in touch with my clients later. They say, oh yeah, I feel I'm on a good path here and I'm going to take this further. So I know the program works. And now a little bit more about my dream. So as an entrepreneur, I am a health coach, I have my own company, but I also have another passion, and that passion is traveling. So last year I got this idea about what if I take this to the next level where I marry the two passions. What if I do a wellness and cultural retreat in Romania, that is my home country, that's where I'm from, and get people to know the culture while they also benefit from my health coaching. So they get the energy to discover this country. So I went there last fall. I met with travel agency manager. She suggested some destinations. I visited those destinations, and then we handpicked some spots for this amazing itinerary. So now we have the itinerary, now we have the trip planned, all the information is there, so I am trying to promote that in addition to my health coaching programs. And I don't know about you, but if you recognize any of these images, these are really places that we included in the itinerary. So can any of you recognize or guess? Let's start with this one. Do you know this castle? Anybody? Is it familiar to you?
Is that Dracula's castle?
That's right. That is Dracula's castle. That's Bron's castle. Good job.
I don't know why.
Because there is another castle here. This is Peleš Castle. It's the summer residence of the king. And if you watch the Christmas Prince, that's where they filmed some of the movie around that castle. And then there's a salt mine, and then there is the Old Valley. So if you take a brochure, I got some brochures here and some over there, you will see the day-by-day, the 10-day itinerary, and you'll see some of the destinations there. So again, I'm open for ideas from you how to promote this kind of retreat. It is targeted for empty nesters. It is in September, so school is in session. So it's targeting empty nesters and retirees that can actually take 10 days off in September and go somewhere. So that's the end of my presentation. I'm open to your ideas. Yes.
You say you planning on relying on references and testimonials. How are those represented on the website?
I have testimonials running through on my website, on a couple of my pages. I also decided to invest in a professional video, and some of my clients are part of that video, but they are not speaking. They're just kind of, they film us while we were having the conversation, but they do not do the video testimonial. Yes.
Do you have a certain kind of demographic you're trying to target for your more wellness services?
Yes, it's a wide range, so it's anywhere between 30 and I would say 75. So I had clients that were in their 20s, and then I had clients that were in their late 60s. And my base is kind of half and half male, half female, because the main program, it's called Total Energy 90-Day Transformation. And when I talk to people, this is not the fact that we are not as vibrant as we want to be is not just a woman problem or a man problem. We all can benefit from a boost in our energy, or most of us.
So maybe, I don't know if you looked into this, but a possible partnership could be like the senior center. Like I know a lot of them have like vibrant, maybe retirees, empty nesters there that would be interested in your services, or like the wellness retreat type of thing. So
The
I don't know what kind of things you do to get in the door there, but that might be something to look
Yes,
into.
that's a good idea. Thank you. So as long as they're willing to travel and they're good enough shape to travel,
Yeah.
because that's another consideration,
Yeah.
right?
I know there's a lot of stereotypes about senior centers, but there's a lot of active people there, so
Active
I think
people
that's a
there.
good place to look into.
Yeah, there is one down the
Just
street
down
here,
the
right?
road, yeah.
Yeah, I know I put one, I gave it to the lady
So
at
maybe
the
like-
reception, but I don't know how actively they would promote
Yeah,
that.
maybe a
Yeah.
thing to do is like see if you could do one
A
of your
presentation.
kind of free like talks there, just to kind of get in the door, you know, and then go from there. Similar to like this type of thing, but like
Yeah,
give a little bit to get a lot maybe back.
yes, very good idea. I need to write that down. Would I get feedback forms or should I write down
Yes,
those notes?
Yes, everyone has feedback forms, and I forgot to announce that amidst the technical difficulties, but please do write any suggestions that we
Yeah.
may not bring up right now.
That's very good. Yes,
I think if you could get one of your past clients to do a video where they actually talk about their experience and their results, that would be very powerful for you.
mhm,
I hope you get more referrals from them, or, you know, maybe have them post it on their social media if they do that, and for people from their schools. So, I think that would help people.
this is not the first time when I hear that. I don't know what holds me back to ask that, because I feel like maybe people feel uncomfortable being on the video and talking about me, but
They
I
might,
need to get
But
over
if they don't,
that.
they'll do it. You just have to
They'll
say,
do
hey,
it.
I'd appreciate a testimonial from you, and, you know, they can do it on their phone, post it on their social media,
On
and
their
you can just
phone,
take it.
yeah.
It doesn't have to be on people.
Yes, I need to go
Yeah.
on with that idea and
Yeah.
implement it.
And like along that, it doesn't even have to be necessarily them on their own. I just did one this week where I have a current coaching client and I interviewed her about her experience working with me.
Okay, so
Right,
like
so-
an interview.
Yeah, so
not
I
just
had the
them.
questions and she just had to answer them, so there was no
Yeah.
pressure for her to come up with anything. But she just talked really openly about what she liked, you know, was gone well.
Uh-huh. That's
you
an
could do that.
excellent idea, yeah, because sometimes if you ask people just to, okay, say 3 sentences about me, maybe they kind of stumble, but if you interview them, then you give some leading questions. Excellent, thank you.
And you can have them talk about their journey, how you helped them, and, you know, get other people interested and say, yeah, it sounds like something I would.
That
enjoy."
I would benefit from.
Build social proof.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, thank you. Yes,
By the way, to be right on point with what he was saying, PATV happens to have some great videographers on staff,
Yeah.
and he's on the board at PATV, so you might want to talk to him right after that. And they have great people that interview as a matter of practice throughout the town.
Yeah.
So
you do?
he's a resource that you want to talk to
Yeah.
right after this.
I'll connect you with them, all right, if you're.
Okay, thank you.
My question,
Yes.
or rather just wondering what your vision is. I find it really interesting to have the activity and travel thing, right? And it sounds like you're already thinking about them together in a way, but they still sound separate. Like you talk to the travel agency, and it almost, that your highlights there were, of course, all the beautiful landmarks in Romania, but also the 90-day thing. What's your vision in how those two come together? Is it go to great spots to be active in Romania to work out? Is it, all right, you do the 90-day program and then as sort of part of your graduation, we know that you are great and travel and fit enough for travel that we go to Romania together? Or is it you go to Romania, you aspire to some lifestyle and we work on that when we come back to America? So just how are you looking at implementing the two working together?
Yeah, so the trips to Romania, that's kind of once a year. It's
Right.
really not related to the total energy 90-day transformation. It's what it wants to do is get the people the quick check at the beginning of the day. Okay, we're going to visit this, this, and this, but I want you to be well hydrated. Perhaps let's do some yoga stretches before we start the trip. So the health coaching program or the health coaching sessions that are baked into the retreat are kind of standalone. It's not really that total energy, a 90-day transformation. It's more to get them to be in the top shape for what we plan to do that day. So they don't binge, so they don't sprain their ankle because they were not stretched in the morning. It's to get them in top shape for that. They're kind of separate. The total energy, it's open to everyone, but the retreat people have to have the time and the money to do
Of
it.
course. And I think
So
that's
it's not really a graduation, it's more of, even if you're not my client,
right.
you can go on this retreat.
maybe some potential though to add it in, right? Where
Right.
like you have a higher premium package that includes the trip
And
at
that
the
includes
end.
the retreat.
Like you do a group program that costs this and then it includes the cost of the trip, and you have people who already signed up and they know they have to hit these goals in 90 days as a group to get there, and like start building like that, a premium service from that. Or maybe like you're saying, like maybe having it as a filter for when you get back, they have a consultation with you that's built into their fees, then you've seen how my coaching is, you've got a taste of it, how would
Yes.
you like to continue that?
Yes, so
work on?
maybe it's kind of like they got a taste for the coaching, they can continue their journey with me. The retreat, it has set dates, so people need to plan months and months ahead of time, to get their passport, to enroll in this retreat.
And I think that may be part of your opportunity there, right? If you've got that much time to plan, that's even more incentive to go, well, let's say it takes you, I don't know, 30, 60, 90 days to plan. Like,
Mhm.
how can we get you started with the Well Within You program as soon as possible, so that you kind of integrate that into the trip? And I would challenge you to not think of them too much as separate. Like, for instance, people can go on a cruise, right?
Yeah,
Or they can also go on a cruise that's a salsa cruise. Or they can also go on a cruise that's a party cruise. Like, those two activities can be put together in travel and leisure and activity as well. So I think the more you kind of research and look into different travel packages that infuse activity into them, you could see a lot of opportunity that is very unique to the fact that, it could be a wellness within you branded trip specifically. You know what I mean? So that they can go to Romania on their own or through some travel agency, but it's not going to be like a wellness within you trip, because the wellness within you trip includes holistic wellness together with the travel.
yeah, that's exactly the purpose of this trip, is that holistic approach. Yes.
Do you have a written curriculum for the trip or for your clients? So when you talk to each individual client, do you have, so let's say a list of questions or certain goals you want them, each person to meet in terms of, like you were saying earlier, during this retreat for proper hydration and stretching and those kind of things? You have kind of an itinerary for each day when you go through the trip?
Yes, so it's here in the brochure.
Okay.
So this is a 10-day trip. Nobody's gonna, people are not gonna wanna do health coaching every day, because some of the days is like you wake up and you go. But in this itinerary, I kind of said, okay, day 2, breakfast and health coaching session. So I made it specifically part of the itinerary. I didn't say during this health coaching session on day 2 we'll address this and this, but I do have in mind what we're gonna address. In some cases, it's just a quick hike around the neighborhood before we start the day, so that way it kind of like wakes up their system, and then we have breakfast, and then we go on with the itinerary. It depends where, like we do that when we are in the Transylvania region, because it's more of a quaint resort, and I know exactly when to take them for a hike versus doing a hike in the city center, and then 2 hours later we do a pedestrian tour in the same place. So yes, I do have that, not very detailed described in my brochure, but I do have a plan for what I do with them every day, every wellness coaching session. Yes.
Another option could be, maybe for those who don't have the time or the money to, fly overseas and all that, have a local retreat or something like that, where, it's not really, obviously not a retreat, but you can
Like
do,
a spa.
sort of give them a taste of what they could be getting
Mhm.
if they do go on this retreat, just locally.
Yeah, but I like that idea. So this is another barrier I'm facing right now. I'm limited with the social media because I only have that many followers, and I'm limited in my newsletter. So people in my newsletter have been hearing from me, okay, come to this retreat. Oh, let me tell you day 1, let me tell you day 2. And so I have blogs on my website, and then I do a blog and then I point to it with my newsletter, with LinkedIn and Facebook. But I don't feel I'm reaching enough mass. I feel I need to go much wider than that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have you tried doing any promoted posts on Facebook or other social media platforms just to kind of expand your reach a little bit with your posts?
So yes, I did something in December. But now I'm kind of thinking like, what would be the best method to use, like a promotional budget? Do I want to do radio? Do I want to do more social media? is the age group 55 and higher on social media or somewhere else?
Yeah, because with, like Facebook promotions or Instagram promotions, you can choose like
The
age groups
demographics.
that you're trying to target, so that might be, you can have a little bit more control over that than,
Yeah.
radio, but.
Facebook and Instagram ads are really cheap right now compared to the amount of engagement you can get out of them. It's also really important that you have good content to share. So
Good content.
if you end up getting a video with good testimonials, maybe 15, 30 seconds, something short, but good quality that'll keep people's attention, you boost that with your specific age range,
Mhm.
that might be a little bit more effective than just posting on your Facebook page.
So the video is what attracts
Making sure you
them.
have good content and coupling it with paid promotion can be really effective.
Mhm.
The other thing that I know people have had success with is finding pockets of Facebook groups. Maybe there's a Facebook group specifically for wellness or specifically for travel. You can go into those areas, and that's a group of a couple hundred people or 1,000 people potentially that are there specifically to hear about topics in this area. You can go join and post
Mhm.
post your information there as well.
So specific groups that love traveling.
Traveling, if there's people that are looking for different ways to feel better about, feel better physically, there's groups for all sorts of different types of interests on Facebook, and those
Okay.
are people that have specifically signed up to hear about topics like that.
Okay, okay.
Are you on LinkedIn as well?
Yes.
Because I know there's ways to promote your content on LinkedIn as well. I mean, maybe, I'm not sure how it reaches as many people, I'm just learning myself, but.
Yeah.
But if you get into LinkedIn, you can start following different groups. And when you're following groups, you're now connected with other people following that group, just like in Facebook.
Mhm.
It might be an opportunity for you to find another startup for social media and get you a training session. That's something I could use, is getting used to social media, how to utilize it better.
Mhm. Yeah, I think I've seen a class of Kirkwood about social media in your business. Yeah.
Another thing with like some of the social media promotions, you could try and do something, a lot of people do like sort of giveaways where like you have to like tag 2 or 3 people in the comments, and you might get like, you'll choose one person to get $50 off a session type of thing. So that's a good way to like maybe expand your reach a little bit as well. Like, I don't know if anyone has any comments about that. Like, where's your favorite place to travel, or where would you like to see a wellness retreat? And then tag 3 people. We'll choose one winner to get $50 off a session, or like a discount on the Romania trip, that
Mhm,
kind of
mhm.
thing.
So it's based on the amount of people they tag when they share my post, or?
Yeah, so you
Or-
can like make your own restrictions. I know like you could just be like, hey, at least tag 3 people in like this photo, and by March 3rd, I'll choose one winner to receive $50 off a wellness session.
Okay.
That way you're just encouraging people to engage with the post, and
Okay.
then maybe the people they tag will like your page, and then you'll grow your audience and that kind of thing.
Yeah,
So,
that's a good
I know a lot
idea.
of wellness people, or like wedding photographers, people
Mhm.
like that, do a lot of those kind of contest type things, and they seem to be pretty effective with growing their audiences.
Okay. Yeah, thank you for that.
How do you get people to attend your talks? Is that just something you promote and then they just show up, or?
Yeah, so it goes two ways. If I'm the only host, I promote it. If, let's say, New Pioneer Co-op is the host, they'll promote
Okay,
it. And then if, let's say, a yoga studio is a host, she will send that to her newsletter. So depending what the venue is.
well, that's good, then you get some promotion from whoever you're hosting with.
Yeah, like for example, I'm gonna be at Beyond Rubies. I brought some magazines here. They advertise the breakout sessions, and there are a lot of breakout sessions. So in that case, it's them promoting it, and I haven't seen much on Facebook, but once I see that, I'll start sharing that on my Facebook page.
Have you talked to Peggy at all?
Hy-Vee, no, I haven't talked to them. I think they have their own dietitians
Yeah.
and health coaches, so I kind of
Okay.
feel like I'm kind of stepping on their turf there.
They don't do retreats though, as far as I know.
They don't do retreats, that's right.
Or I know they do talk sometimes, so maybe that's.
Yeah, I know they do grocery tours and they do classes, so
Mhm.
they do some nutrition classes.
Okay.
It depends, maybe in Iowa City is different than Cedar Rapids,
Oh, yeah.
but I know in Cedar Rapids that they have, sometimes they have like a diabetes class, and then they tell you, they do a grocery tour and they show you some of the options that you
Yeah.
have there, so. But that's right, they don't organize retreats.
And the talk seemed like they're effective for you, they got you clients in the past, and they think the senior center is a good place for you to go too.
Yeah,
There's a bunch of new retirement communities opening up here, so you can pick those up as well. Why don't you go up and see what you have?
yeah.
So,
Yeah, I will have a talk coming up, next month, it's at NAMI, National Association for Mental Illness. Yeah, so that's kind of, I'm looking forward to see what else comes out, from that.
Well, if there are no more questions, I will ask the final question, and that is, man, you got a lot of suggestions here. Is there anything that we can do as a community to help you out, to help Wellness Within You out, move on to the next step?
Yes.
What is it?
So if you could please take one of these invites that says Discover the Beauty of Romania and post it in your break room, or maybe give it to a friend and say, hey, there is this health coach that putting together this amazing retreat. I have a couple sessions at Cedar Rapids Downtown Library that during the weekend, so I hope some people from Iowa City and Coralville can come. But I'm also looking into booking something here. And it has the Facebook information, so if you wanna take, either the invite, either the, itinerary, the brochure, and just post it in your lunch break, or if you think you can give it to a friend. If you work from home, like me, I know there's some limited situation there for how to share the information, but if you think you can do it, I would appreciate it.
Do you have one up right now with Planet Fitness in Iowa City?
No.
No? Okay, I'm gonna take one and I'm gonna
Awesome.
put it up there
Awesome.
at Planet Fitness Iowa City. So
Thank you.
take one of these with you.
Thank
And
you.
one more time, let's give a big round of applause. Stand up and give a round of applause to Wellness Within You.